Think you're too old to reinvent yourself? Watch this. Have you ever felt like time has passed you by and now it's too late to start fresh? What if I told you that's not true? In this video, I'll share how we transformed our lives in our 50s and 60s, turning our modest retirement savings into a thriving income stream. Stick with me because what I'm about to reveal could inspire you to rewrite your story. Hi there, I'm Dawn, and welcome back. If you're new here, you might want to check out our previous video, How I Found a Dream Home That Funded My Retirement, where I shared the details of our journey. When I think back to the beginning of our journey, it feels like divine intervention. We didn't know it at the time, but this relatively small income diversification project we embarked upon has evolved into a foundational pillar of our wealth blueprint. It's been such a blessing. Today, I'm diving deeper into the strategy that helped us reinvent our lives in our 50s and 60s, proving that age is just a number when it comes to creating your dream retirement. By the end of this video, you'll have practical and actionable steps to start your own transformation. Now, in the previous video, I talked about finding and transforming a property that became both our paradise and a financial powerhouse. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to watch it after this one. Now let's explore our how behind the success. Number one, debunking the retirement myth. Have you ever been told that you need $1 million nest egg to retire? Let me ask you this. What if I told you there's another way? Instead of focusing solely on our savings, we shifted our attention to generating consistent monthly cash flow. Imagine waking up each day knowing your expenses are covered by a steady income stream. Doesn't that sound like freedom? Let's explore how you can make this your reality. 2. Finding your diamond in the rough. When we started looking for a property, we weren't focused on perfection. We were looking for something with income potential. I remember walking into this house that most people passed on. I gotta be honest, my first impression was not great. But then we saw what it could be. And here's what made it the right choice. Location. You've probably heard it before. Location, location, location when it comes to real estate. A property in a desirable area will always have demand. Now, we chose a location with strong tourism, ensuring a steady stream of renters. And even then, while the island's only 4.3 miles long, there are more desirable and less desirable locations, even within that small geographic area. So investing in El Centro, the downtown area, was a great choice. Now, we had no idea that Playa Norte would become the #1 ranked beach in all of Mexico, and it's walking distance to the property. But we also look for property red flags. And while you may want to avoid properties with major structural issues, unless you're prepared for costly repairs, in our case, the house we bought was only 4 years old. And it was built by the #1 builder on the island. Now, before we ever made an offer, we met with him to ask if certain improvements were even possible. As a general rule, look for places that need minor fixes. In our case, we painted the inside and out the very first week we owned the property. And we implemented some very economical but impactful interior design upgrades immediately, which transformed the vacation rental and increased our rental rates. So ask yourself, what hidden gems may you be overlooking because they don't look perfect at first glance? Number 3, overcoming financial challenges. We hit a wall with financing. A 16% rate of interest on a mortgage made the proposed investment unviable. This was the first property that we looked at in Isla Mujeres, and we made an offer on it. We didn't give up. We were patient and found a seller willing to offer more than a reasonable rate. Now, we could have negotiated a lower purchase price, but as a former mortgage banker, I knew the power of a lower interest rate. The listing said 6% financing was available. Instead, we offered full price, but at 4% rate of interest. Over time, that lower interest rate was worth far more than negotiating a small reduction in the purchase price. So here's the takeaway. Creativity is key. Don't be afraid to explore non-traditional financing options. Seller financing can be a game changer, especially if traditional banks aren't an option, like when you buy property in Mexico. Now, what's one area of your life where you could think out of the box? Number 4, renovation strategy. Once we secured the property, the real work started. Here's how we approached the transformation. Step 1, assess and prioritize. We started by identifying the most critical upgrades that would increase the property's value and rental appeal. Step 2, high-impact renovations. Adding a pool and expanding the living space were 2 key improvements. These enhancements not only boosted the property's value, but also increased the rental potential. Step 3, budget management. We invested all of our earnings back into the property for the first 2 years. This disciplined approach allowed us to make significant improvements without overextending our finances. Think about your current space. What's one upgrade that could increase its value? Number 5, creating multiple income streams. Now, we turned our property into a boutique rental, offering a whole home and individual rental units. This flexibility not only allowed us to adapt to different market demands, but ensured a consistent income. Diversification isn't just for investments. It applies to income streams too. So how could you diversify your income? Is there a side gig you could start to create additional cash flow? Number 6, building a dream team. Now, we couldn't have done this alone. We had mentors, local experts, and a supportive community that were guiding us along the way. Whether you're investing or starting a new project, surround yourself with people who lift you up. Mentors. Experienced investors can provide invaluable advice. We had a mentor who gave us very valuable advice during the initial investment stages. I met him on a beach in 1992. He was working as a bartender. He became a dear friend and went on to run several successful businesses on the island, including owning the #1 ranked restaurant. Local experts, engaging local agents, vendors, and contractors who understand the market and business norms is crucial, especially when investing abroad. Our awesome property manager was our agent for many years. He helped us out with scooter and car registrations, getting our driver's licenses, engaging in the services of an auto mechanic, and many other issues. Now, these relationships were and are very important to our success. Think about your network. Who could you reach out to for support today? Number 7, risk management. Life is unpredictable, but preparation and planning helps. Now, any investment comes with risks, so here's how we mitigated ours. Market analysis. We stayed informed about the local real estate and tourism trends to anticipate market fluctuations. Contingency plans. We had backup plans in case the property didn't generate the expected income, ensuring that we wouldn't be financially strained. The pandemic meant a total loss of income and no guests for a full 6 months. Now, we knew travel would come back, so we took the bold step of completing our final major construction phase in the summer of 2020. We got the best contractors at the best prices before inflation hit. When others were fearful, we moved boldly forward with our plans. Number 8, measuring success. Success isn't just about money, it's about growth. We tracked our progress through occupancy rates, ROI, guest reviews, social media engagement, and net income growth. Each metric told a story of how far we've come. What's one way that you measure progress in your life? Like my friend Danny, who turned an abandoned train depot into a hugely successful Airbnb. He saw the potential where others saw an eyesore. By preserving the historic charm and adding modern amenities, Danny created a top-rated rental that consistently attracts guests. His story is proof that the diamond in the rough strategy works. no matter the property type. You can hear more about Danny's story in the previous video. If my story resonates with you, don't stop here. Watch how I found a dream home that funded my retirement. It's a step-by-step guide on how we did it, and it might just inspire your next big move. Every great journey starts with a single step. You're stronger than you think you are, and remember, it's never too late to reinvent yourself, whether you're 50, 60, or beyond. You can create a life and retirement that exceeds your wildest dreams. If you're ready to take the next step, hit subscribe button for more tips on living your dream life. And until the next time, keep dreaming and making those dreams a reality. Bye for now.